All right, a little jamming in the style of Born in Chicago. Of course, a classic Paul Butterfield song from East West. That's where I heard it first. I think that's where it was released. East West is a CD that I came across probably a couple years into my playing. And man, it was just a huge influence as far as how to play from the heart first and how to really drive home a song. You know, not just have the chops like Paul Butterfield had, but like have that passion first. And I don't talk about it much on this channel. I did talk about, I think, Mary Mary, and I dissected a couple riffs, but I thought I'd just take a minute and talk about Paul Butterfield. And again, this cool song, Born in Chicago, it's iconic. And I think everyone who's ever been to like a blues show or especially like a blues jam has heard this song or knows about it. Some of the things that I find very interesting about Paul, besides his intensity and his passion, are that his lines are really fast. He's got stellar chops, but there wasn't anything too crazy complex or sophisticated necessarily. I guess they are to a degree because the chops themselves require you to, you know, bend and unbend quickly and use a lot of triplets, etc. But it wasn't like, it didn't remind me of like a Paul Butterfield or William Clark where it was really just a different kind of playing. I don't know how to really word this, what I'm trying to say, but all I know is that he had the chops and he had the emotion first, and he played his own way. You know, it didn't sound like anybody else that I can tell. I'd love to do a song study on this song in January, in mid-January. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments section. This would be a formal class that I'd be offering. So I'm on a D harmonica playing in the key of A and cross harp today. My advice today, let me give you a couple tips on approaching this song. If you listen to the original, it's much faster than the jam track I was just playing to. Anchor in the groove, you know, listen to how he comes out of the gates right here when the song starts. So work on maybe anchoring that groove like he did. He's grabbing 2 draw and 2 full step bend. There's a little bit of 1 draw coming in. Going down there to pick it back up. So 2 draw twice, 1 draw to 2 full step. Back to 1 draw. And then 2 draw again, you're back on that. Work on maybe starting to get the groove down of how he entered the song, and learn perhaps at least just 1 or 2 quick riffs that he, if you can just dissect one and get the phrasing right, like let's do that together, like right now, actually. Just randomly go through the song and grab something. He had the best vibrato. He had this stellar, heavy vibrato, with a lot of power. And that was a standout sound of his that I just always remember thinking, man, if I could get even a piece of that, I'd be happy. All right. Let's learn that. 2 full step bend to 1 draw. Sorry, 2 full step bend twice to 1 draw. To back to 2 full step bend to 2 draw. And it's all about the timing and the phrasing. Let's get some light going here, shall we? So it was all about the phrasing, the timing of that phrase to get it to sound like Paul Butterfield or anywhere close. You don't have to use your tongue. You can just use your breath to separate that nicely. That's a nice one. What else we got going on here? Let's do one more. That's a great riff. 2 draw, 3/4 dirty, to 4 blow, to 4 bend, to 4 blow, to 3/4 draw dirty. There's a little bend on that 3. Now that's a Paul Butterfield riff if I ever heard one. That's something that's be a classic way that he would play in probably in other songs as well. And he just did things that no one did, like these ideas from 6 draw moving down and hitting like the 5 draw and just sliding. And he just, again, if you think what was unique about Paul, to me the standout thing was all heart, intensity, and passion, but with the chops to back it up. So don't misunderstand when I said earlier he wasn't necessarily as sophisticated, say, as Paul DeLay. I just mean that his riffs are very attainable. I think even for an intermediate player, if you slow down and learn the riff slow enough and then work at building the speed incrementally. But boy, he had a sound that no one had. East West, check that CD out if you're not listening to Paul Butterfield. And consider joining me in mid-January, where I hope to go through this song note for note and just talk about his approach. It's an awesome tune. I think most everyone out there in the blues harmonica world knows and loves this song. Who doesn't love it? What else could I tell you about Paul? You know, he was one of the guys that I did not study like I studied the classic blues guys like Sonny Boy Williamson or James Cotton or, say, any of them. Kerry Bell, Little Walter, Billy Branch. I studied those guys so much more when I was first starting. And Paul, it was more like having this music on rotation. It was inspiration, and it drove me to be like, how can I get a piece of this sound in my own playing? What is it that makes him so unique, you know? And part of it came down to that vibrato. And that's my imitation of kind of his sound on the vibrato, and also the phrasing of his riffs, the way that he moved. Yeah, so that's what we're going to get into in this class. I really want to do the class. I hope that you guys are interested in tackling that. I think it'll be great, and I always love those classes because there are always great questions that come up when I do the classes. That's the best part about attending live, if you can, is that there's a Q&A, and during the Q&A, I don't know if I had this on. Hopefully this will come out okay. I didn't have the mic set right when I was playing to the track, but at any rate, if I did, I'll post this video. If not, I'll do another one later. But that's what I got today on Paul Butterfield. Hope you guys make it a great day. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you soon.